On the 15th of May in the jungle of Newell, Horton the elephant hears a small speck of dust talking to him. It turns out the speck of dust is actually a tiny planet, home to a city called Whoville, inhabited by microscopic-sized inhabitants known as Whos. Recognize the story? Horton hears a Who by Dr. Seuss, the stuff of fantasy. Or is it? For the next few minutes, we're going on a magical mystery tour designed to skew our perspective of reality. Strap on your seatbelts and away we go. Horton's journey was into the microscopic world, but we'll blast off into the macrocosm of outer space. Let's start with planet Earth. Earth. Our blue planet is 8,000 miles wide, 25,000 miles in circumference. It has a surface area of 196,937,500 square miles. Its orbit velocity is 66,629 miles per hour. Oceans several miles deep cover nearly 70% of the Earth's surface. Next stop, the solar system. Earth is one of 8 planets orbiting a single star, making up our solar system. The solar system consists of the sun and those celestial objects bound to it by gravity. These objects are the 8 planets, their 166 known moons, 5 dwarf planets, and billions of small bodies. The small bodies include asteroids, icy Kuiper belt objects, comets, meteoroids, and interplanetary dust. Let's not forget to mention the famous scattered disk and the hypothetical Oort cloud. How cool is that? Earth is 93 million miles from the sun. 1 million Earths could fit into the sun. Earth, the sun, and the rest of our solar system are situated in the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is a barred spiral galaxy with a diameter of 100,000 light years. This is a distance of 600,000 trillion miles. The Milky Way galaxy contains 200 billion stars. Our solar system is in the Orion arm of the Milky Way, also called the local spur. Our sun lies 150,000 trillion miles from what is called the galactic center. Next stop, the local group. Before the 20th century, scientists didn't even know that there were any other galaxies besides the Milky Way. We thought the Milky Way was the whole universe. But we were wrong. The Milky Way has a sister galaxy called Andromeda. Andromeda is 18 million trillion miles away. The Milky Way and Andromeda pinwheel around each other. Both the Milky Way and Andromeda each have about 24 small galaxies orbiting them, like our planets orbit our sun. These 50 or so galaxies make up what is called the local group of galaxies. The local group spans 5 million light years, 30 million trillion miles, and contains 700 billion stars. This is just the beginning of the story. The Virgo Cluster. The Virgo Cluster is a group of 2,000 member galaxies, including our local group. The Virgo Cluster dominates our intergalactic neighborhood. It is 360 million trillion miles away, has a diameter of 90 million trillion miles, and contains 50 times more galaxies than our local group. The Virgo Cluster is the center of the local supercluster. The local supercluster contains 100 groups and clusters of galaxies and is dominated by the Virgo Cluster near its center. The diameter of the supercluster is about 1,200 million trillion miles. The local supercluster is near 2 other superclusters. There are 100 superclusters within 1 billion light years, or 6 billion trillion miles of our little Earth. And now, the grand finale. The visible universe. 10 million of these superclusters make up what we now believe to be the visible universe. Remember, one of these superclusters is 1,200 million trillion miles across, and there are 10 million of them. In one of these 10 million superclusters is the Virgo Cluster. In the Virgo Cluster is the local group. In the local group is the Milky Way. In the Milky Way is the solar system. In the solar system is planet Earth. On planet Earth is the human race. I wonder if there is a gigantic Horton out there with a gymongous ear, picking up a tiny human sound from the speck of dust called planet Earth.